Hello and welcome to another Artisan Quick Tips with Jennifer. This is a fun one. I'm going to show you how to design in Artisan and yet print at home. I think this isn't probably super useful for most things because printing your scrap pages at the Forever Print Shop is just so smart. It's professional printing, highest quality, everything. So if you're doing memory keeping and want to do digital scrap pages, you're probably going to want to print at the Forever Print Shop. However, you may print at home. That's something that you can do with Artisan, but you may have some specific purposes, like I do here, for printing at home. The two that come to mind first for me are if you want to do something with plain old paper. The digital scrap pages are awesome because they're so thick. Let me grab an example from my last video. Woo, sorry about the light there. You can kind of hear and see how thick the digital scrapbook paper is. And so obviously that's great for digital scrapbooking. If you want something that is thinner that you can kind of do some crafty creative things with, then you may want to print at home. One example of this is I just made what I think is entirely adorable little treats for a Harry Potter themed party. So this is in case of Dementor attack, and I'll show you all the details here in a minute, but I just wanted this on thin paper so I could wrap it around a candy bar. And it's just going to be thrown away. So I don't feel like I need to have it on high quality paper like I would get at the Forever Print Shop. The other time that you might think it's fantastic to be able to print at home is if you want to make address labels, because you can print on sticker paper like one big sheet. Avery makes labels that are one entire big sheet. I'm sure other companies do as well. So that you can print on it and then it becomes a sticker. So I love to use that for address labels. I want to just show you quickly an example of that. So this is kind of obviously not what I just barely showed you, but a sticker, a return address label size, and it wraps perfectly around Hershey nuggets as well. So let me show you something that I did with that. Switch my share over. So I just designed little label size stickers and, put them all on one page. And then I could go through and put the numbers on them. This is a little Christmas countdown. So anyway, those are kind of the two ideas that I have. There could certainly be others, flyer for a lost dog or whatever. Other things that you might want to just print at home, but make beautiful using Artisan digital scrapbooking software. So before I show you how to do that, how to print at home, I want to quickly share a few Artisan fast facts. If you're new to Artisan and you don't even know what you're missing yet, you don't know how great it is yet, pause this video and watch or read these fast facts over. My email address is down there at the bottom. You can always email me with questions. And the link right above that is where you would buy the Forever digital scrapbooking software. And there's a 30-day free trial for it as well if you just want to play around. Okay, so now I'm going to go over to show you something that I've created in Artisan. And it is those little wrappers for these little chocolate bars. Okay, so you can see that I used some of my digital art over here. This is my whole digital art collection over here, and I used most of it from this well, I wouldn't say most, there's not that much here, but several pieces from Out of the Hat. And then I had this little it's not an elk. Is that a deer? It's a deer. Yeah, it's a deer. In one of the Christmas collections, and then I just added the color to it. All of this stuff that you can learn how to create and change things around like this when you watch the other Artisan quick tips tutorials that I've made, particularly the one that I made most recently, which is about how to craft, how to do crafty things with digital scrapbook pages and not just memory keeping with digital scrapbook pages. So anyway, I know that this is all I already did it. So I'm not leading you through step by step how to create, but I am going to lead you step by step here through how to save it and print it at home. So there's basically two things that you need to do. Once you are done with your whole creation, and I'm going to say that if you're printing at home, you are going to want to use this 8.5 by 11 size and not the 12 by 12 scrapbook page size and not the 8 by 8 scrapbook page size. You're going to want this to be like you can put it in your printer, right? So you want 8.5 by 11. So that's what I did. And I made, obviously one of these, and then I grouped them all together. So what you do, let me show you here. I'm actually going to ungroup it first. All of the elements individually, I kind of pieced it all together, right? I had this star paper, then I had this black paper, then I had this text box with this Harry Potter font, by the way. And then, all these elements are separate. And so what I had to do in order to group them all together is I click on each one. So I click on one, I hold down my shift button, and I click on this one, and then this one, and this one. Oops. And then the background thing, then the Patronus, then the oval, then the wand, and then this text box. Now that I've clicked on every single element in that little candy wrapper, I'm going to right click, and under grouping, I'm going to select group. Now, all of this is one thing. I can move it all now as one piece. Okay. So once all of your wrappers or all of your elements are together, the main thing that you need to do is make sure that everything is grouped. So now you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wrappers. I've got a little instructions here just for fun. And then what you're missing though is the background. That's the trick that you have to remember when you are trying to print at home, because you need to include in your group the background. So just click on that white background page, and you've clicked on it, you've selected it when those little trying to point to it with my mouth, but it's turning into a red no icon. Those little squares up in the corners and down here in the corners, once they show up, that means I've selected that background. So I'm going to select the background, hold down my shift key again, select this, because again, that's a whole group by itself. I'm going to select this because I've already grouped that as well, and this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. And I'm also going to select just the instructions that I did over there. Again, right click, group, grouping, then group. Now this is all one image. There's just one. So if I click and drag, whoops. Oh, it's only letting me drag because I did the background. Anyway, so imagine I could click and drag. The whole thing would just move together. So now that I have grouped not only the background, but every single element all together in one group, now what I can do is come over here. I think you have to click on it first and then you can right click. Yeah. So you have to click on the whole group, then you can right click, then you go to save selection. Now you go to export to image file, and what it's going to do is allow you to save this as a PNG file. So I'm going to call it in case of Dementor attack, and now it's going to be saved as a PNG on my computer. So, oh yes, I forgot, it's going to ask you what kind of resolution you would like. 300 DPI or dots per inch is the highest quality it will offer you. You can do lower than that if you don't want it to be super like clear and fancy. 300 is the best. I kind of like to save it as that. So I'm going to go ahead and click save. It's going to save that to my computer. Then I just go open it on my computer and I select the print button right there in the PDF or PNG. I think it's saved it as a PNG, sorry. And I send it to my printer. And then it looks like this on my little thin piece of paper. Then I cut it all out and I wrap it around these snack size Hershey bars and tape it all together, and it is just ridiculously adorable. So that's just one example of something that you can print from home after you have created it with Artisan. Again, you can do flyers for a lost puppy or whatever, but you can also do all sorts of party favors and anything you can think of. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. That helps other people on YouTube find it better. And if you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please go ahead and do that. And that way you will be notified of the next cool thing that we post here. Thanks.